Second Take, Week 7, Late Night Edition. Welcome in Ryan Downs. How are you? Wildcard champion, Ryan Downs.
The only wild card champion.
Yes.
As of right now, it will probably be the only one in history.
It's kind of like, Devin Hester, not first. I mean, he should have been first ballot, but he wasn't. A Hall of Famer for the old kickoffs. You know what I mean? Imagine him in this new era, just would probably... I mean, they probably would touch back every time if he was out there. It's incredible. Yeah, what you did, you started kind of. Would you go 5-8 that year or 6-7?
5-8.
Yeah,
sounds right.
And you had a rough start, worse than what your start is right now. But I gotta just say up front here, and to the league, this is the best 2-4 team I've ever seen. It's absolutely nuts how many points you're putting up and not getting the victory. And I think it was Piani last week that was saying what did he say? He said something like, he's like, you're not getting pity from me. He was like, start your guys. And I'm like, what, dude? He has more points than most of the league. What do you mean?
Yeah. And obviously, I know you just go off of power rankings on it, but to put me 14th when I was fourth in points scored was pretty disrespectful.
I agree. Wins mean a lot in my power rankings.
Yeah, and they're worth 99% of the grade, and then
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, and when I was 0-4, I was so pissed. I was livid. I was like, this is a good team. I know it's a good team. It's proven by the points being scored. But I mean, those are the breaks sometimes. Chris is right. Chris had a great beard going on last week. I just have to say that. It was the perfect length. So, well done, Chris. Just great fantasy player and great beard keeper. Who knew?
There was a trade most recently between some rivals. Let me share my screen and we can go to that. Here's the trade.
Bye.
Joe, obviously in need of a receiver, losing, R.I.P. to Tyreek Hill, R.I.P. to Malik Neighbors. Obviously, he needs to make a move. And what he does, and I'm just shocked that it was Jonathan Taylor, but when you look at somebody like JSN who... Ryan, we look at you as an insider for the Seattle Seahawks, and you knew this rise was coming for JSN. I think he's wide receiver. We can click on it; it'll probably tell us. Wide receiver 2, 6 overall, so pretty incredible. And then obviously running back 2, 3rd overall, Jonathan Taylor. What's your first thoughts on this trade?
Through all of Darnold's faults, the one thing I think ever since he's had that year in San Fran and gone to Minnesota, he's really locked in. We saw with Minnesota, he's I have Justin Jefferson. I'm just going to throw the ball to Justin Jefferson because Justin Jefferson's probably going to catch the ball. And he's continuing that in Seattle. I think there was a point last week where JSN had 116 yards receiving and Sam Darnold had 116 yards passing.
Yeah, you can't go wrong. You hit your talent. Dude, there's something to be said about especially, I mean, we knew Shanahan can do stuff. The McVays, the Shanahans, and now in Minnesota, it's incredible. Let's look at a guy, my guy, Indiana Jones, Daniel Jones. He was a backup in Minnesota last year, and now look at him flourishing in Indianapolis. It's incredible.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't think anyone had as good of a rise in terms of people's view as JSN has had these first 6 weeks. In my opinion, he's clearly in the elite of the elite tier. Now, he's in the CD Lamb tier as far as I'm concerned.
We would expect probably top 4 next year. We'll see how it finishes. He probably could be 1, right?
Yeah, depending on how QBs and everything work out for the other teams. But I'd say Chase is still above him, Lamb probably still above him. If healthy, Puka's above him, but then it's probably him and Jefferson.
Isn't it crazy that Puka fell? I think what he fell 14 in our draft.
Yeah.
Isn't that remarkable?
Yeah, it is funny. Just I think now we look back, it's crazy. But we gotta remember, that time it was is Matthew Stafford even going to play football this year?
Yeah.
He has this weird back injury, and it's just oh no, he's just fine. He's actually just going to play all the games, and he's fine.
Dude, it was remember the year before that with the wrist thing with Burrow? And then Jamar Chase was a wide receiver 1 on the year. And it's just maybe we read too much into these off-season reports. And
well, yeah, I mean, some are right, some are wrong. You just kind of have to make your decision on what you're going for.
Maybe grain of salt,
yeah. Do you remember the rookie or the mini camp training camp story that was coming out during Chase's rookie year about like
with the ball?
Yeah, he was having trouble adjusting to the NFL ball, and I just remember hearing that, and I was like, "What this dude? You're an athletic freak. Like, what's going on? Like that story scared me off from Chase's rookie year,
dude. Terrifying." Like some of this, I think it might be smoke screens too in there, right? Like people are, especially like in the draft, people like will say things so their player will drop and stuff like that. But this was, you're right, this was post-draft minicamp, like odd stuff. But wonderful trade. Happy to see these rivals make it. If the rivals can make trades, anybody can make a trade.
If they can come together and break bread,
wow,
gives us hope for the rest of the world.
Okay, let's jump into the power rankings. Ryan, you'll be happy to see I moved you up to 9. Also, I just wanted to put out there that I have given, I've instead of having, last initials between you and Primo, Ryan Hannigan, I've just went with Primo and Ryan. I hope this does not offend Primo. I don't think it would. I haven't heard anything. But I just thought this would be a little bit easier and less confusing for the audience. But I just got to start there, man. Jump to 9. That's 2 and 4 team. Let's just say this. You probably should be 8. You should probably be over me. But you know me, I'm not gonna allow it. If we played this week, you would crush me. So that's these power rankings are probably, and that's how realistically, like, right? I should probably look at it that way. If you played this team, where would you rank? And then I should go, you know what I mean, all the way down. But we gotta shout out Dave though. Dave's the only 5-1 left. Got kind of hot early here, and his team looks electric. And of course, Piani and Tony were holding it down at 1 and 2 for a while, and then we saw a little bit of a hole in the armor, if you will, and they've fallen out of favor a little bit. Piani to 2, Tony to 4, of course, worst loss. But Mikey, unsurprisingly, number 1 overall in the draft, is back up here at 3. He's been hovering high this whole time. You have any qualms on the top 4?
4. I think the Puka injuries really be a big hole for Tony to fill. So we'll see. I'd say he's probably, for that reason, he's probably in the most jeopardy of falling out. But yeah, I mean, I think they've all had great seasons, but it's not how you start, it's how you finish.
You know better than anybody. And then just rolling out here, Primo, I want to touch on too. I've been hammering it home. He's going to make the playoffs this year, and like you said at the top of the episode, only 8 get in. I think Primo's going to be one of those 8. I think it's barring injury, his team is solid. Little shocked to see the Travis Hunter drop. What were your thoughts on that?
I'm fine with it. Something's clearly not clicking. Obviously, he's a rookie. He can always turn it up in the second half of the season. But I just think Trevor Lawrence has a bunch of different weapons that he's going to. He's not really zoning in. I mean, they've weirdly been an okay offense, but like everyone outside of ETN's been disappointing in terms of like Brian Thomas Jr.'s been disappointing. Hunter's been disappointing. Lawrence hasn't been. Strange was doing okay. I think, especially where he was going, I think people were happy with what he was doing. But it's not like he was a top 5 tight end. It's not like he was like lighting the world on fire. It's just, I don't know if it's a factor of the Cohen offense where it's just like you're not really factoring it, but just like going back to what we were saying, like with Seattle, it's just night and day of like how the Seattle offense will hyper target their stud versus Jacksonville, which just doesn't seem to really know how to use both of their receivers. Which, I mean, I know it's new coaching staff, I know it's new playbook, but I don't. There's something that's clearly just not clicking, and whether it will in time, who knows? But I mean,
and somehow they're winning games. It's kind of bizarre. I mean, the pick 6 against the Chiefs really set them back and won them that game, which is so it's not that impressive. Like they could have went either way in a lot of their wins, but no, I hear you. And then just finishing out here, Matt, Xavier, Nate, Danny, Mike. Obviously Nate just made a big move. Mike is 1-5. He's the lowest ranked. Danny is continuing to fight and work his way up. This isn't solid here. I could see myself falling out, somebody else coming up. I clearly we'll see here. We can get into it. Let's go ahead and look at the matchups as we're talking power rankings here. Week 6, right? Here we go. I mean, look at this. Just if Puka doesn't go down, I'm not winning this game.
Yeah.
Fantasy. Can you just take a moment to I guess it's not appreciate, but like how awful and this happened in Tennessee. Derrick Henry did not get the rock his rookie year. Just didn't get enough work. I think it was DeMarco Murray. And it's just infuriating watching Trevion Henderson, who I know is just from a ball security point. And maybe the pass blocking isn't there, but damn it, he was an awesome pass blocker for Ohio State. I don't get why he doesn't get the rock, and I think Mikey feels the same way because he has him in the dynasty. I actually texted Mikey and I said, do you want Trevion Henderson in the redraft? Because I can't take this anymore. What ball goes down, tears an ACL, Antonio Gibson, and I'm like, oh, we're firing him up. At least 50% snap share. No, 30% snap share. I don't get it.
Yeah. An ongoing joke we always had going up was like Matt Millen, the Detroit Lions GM, who was terrible and just inexplicably got to keep his job for years. We would always say, like, what photos does Matt Millen have of the Ford family where he gets to keep a job? So my question is, what photos does Ramondre Stevenson have of Mike Vrabel where no matter how many times he fumbles the ball, it's just like, nah, but he had this weird quote too where he was like, well, like, he's not fine with fumbling. He's like upset about it. He really wants to get better. I'm paraphrasing. It's just like,
yeah,
cool. He's still doing it.
So it's like, usually you get in the doghouse or you lose reps or dude, he fumbled twice in a game. I lost my mind. I was like, every time he fumbles, I'm like, oh, it's Ramondre. I mean, it's Henderson time. Like, I get so excited. It just never happens.
But you have to be happy with Waller so far.
Oh, what an ad by me, huh? That was a free agency ad. I know you can appreciate this. The ad before the game starts, the primetime game, that's when it happened, right? Yeah. And I know everybody when they saw it were like, oh, I would have done that, And that was paternity leave coming in full effect. I was available. You know what I mean? I should have picked him up in Dynasty too. I didn't do it there. I don't know. You don't have all the time in the world. But yeah, let's just bounce through these real quick. Here we go. Joe losing to Danny, incredible.
Yeah.
Joe started Mark Andrews over Michael Mayer, which is not like him.
Yeah, I mean, obviously Mayer's gonna be getting all the targets till Bowers gets back, but I guess I understand it. Andrews was having a decent.
Well, he had 2 tush pushes.
Yeah, exactly.
Did you watch that game? Did you hear Tom Brady? It was.
I had to mute it. I was mainly watching Red Zone. I can't. Tom Brady is so bad.
He's really bad. He's awful. But he took a shot. It was so funny. He goes on the teleprompter. He circles 20. He's like, I don't know about you, but I would give this guy the ball. And he circles 22. He's like, if I had 3 chances in the red zone, I would give this guy the ball. Well, it was so fucking funny.
Fourth, and he just got stuck.
Oh, he got torn up. But let's be honest. If he got all 3 of the carries instead of Andrews on those 2, I'm pretty sure he would have got in one time.
Yeah, but I guess I understand the philosophy of like, hey, let's not have Cooper Rush touch the ball. So I understand wanting to do that 2 times in a row. So I won't.
No, I get it. I get it. But big win for Danny. He needed this. He needs this bad now at 2-4. I'm trying to work back, and beating the champ is huge. I think the champ should have lost last week, and that was against me, of course. A little biased, but how about Mikey taking down Piani? 153.
144. Split. Normally good. And as Chris Piani established last week, he can't complain about it.
No, No,
Sorry,
he's got to
Chris.
take that. Start
You
the
gotta
right
just
guy.
say that's yeah.
You know?
You gotta just take it, Chris.
No Kittle. Kittle's coming back eventually, right?
Yeah. This week maybe. It's sounding like
That'll be
they'll
kind
be
of.
good.
San Francisco needs somebody to come back.
Yeah,
How about Primo?
my dynasty team would like George Kittle to come back.
Especially, oh man, the dynasty. That's been fun too. Just saying, the dynasty's been a blast. DeAndre Swift again. He came through for me as well. Primo, I mean it. Look at this team. Especially, we could touch on it here real quick. I said I wanted to talk about this. I think Tony's trade with Primo, and I'll just put it up. I'll just say it out loud for everybody. Tony sent Stephon Diggs, DK Metcalf, and Ashton Genty, and Primo sent back J.K. Dobbins and Chris Godwin. Now, of course, Chris Godwin got hurt again, and J.K. Dobbins had a bad game because he was playing in another country. But in my opinion, this might be the leading Herman Rome donation of the year. Where are you at on this?
Be hard to be this way. Rest of season, would you rather Stephon Diggs or Chris Godwin?
Well, yeah, no, it's like, look, Godwin, what he did a year ago before the injury was absolutely bonkers.
He was like wide receiver 2, 1.
Oh my God,
crazy.
it was incredible. But like and now with the Ibuka injury with the hamstring, like there's some time, but is he going to be the same? He's already beat up again. It's like, no, I'd rather take a chance on Diggs.
They're both
Drake
on.
May is playing out of his mind.
They're both on waivers. Chris Godwin, Stephon Diggs. You have a empty bench spot. Who are you picking up, Diggs or Godwin?
I'm picking up. Well, I'm buying it. It probably should be Diggs, but I love Godwin, and I had Godwin. But
I'm picking up Diggs, which I think means Primo got the 3 best players in the trade.
Yeah. It's tough, but Tony will be all right, and Nate can afford to take that out. How about this low scoring affair? Dave getting the victory here, starting Bryce Young.
Yeah, big.
Matthew Golden's starting to come alive. How about Ted getting his first touchdown? He got a second one actually.
Yeah. Big game.
Double dip.
The Dallas defense will give a lot of people their first touchdown.
The flu-led defense.
Jeez,
I go on the Dallas Reddit. I like to go on like all the teams' Reddits to see some stuff, and they're like hammering for the firing of Flus. It's that bad, It's like Shane Waldron bad.
Yeah, I really just had, since there was no Bears, I really just had Red Zone, but I was flipping between the two games but I missed it. I guess there was like a 4th and 3 or a 4th and 6 or something, and Eberflus just had them play off, and it's just so they just dumped it down and got the first down. What are you doing, dude? Like
in like they're his cornerbacks, like I forget the one guy, he had a lot of picks the other year, and of course it's Diggs' brother. Like I don't think they're that bad in the press, like up close.
I know they're a mess. I don't.
It's a personnel thing. I don't think he knows his personnel, which makes sense because I don't think he knew his personnel for the Bears either. I don't know. I always thought he was a good coordinator, not a good head coach, but now I'm just.
In his defense, the defense did fall apart once he was let go last year, and I always thought he did a decent job with the defense. The defense always played well, and I think played at or above their level when he was here. But he's not a head coach.
Yeah, 100%. But I know it pains you to beat Matt, but what a victory this was.
Oh, it doesn't pain me at all. It's always, I taught Matt everything he knows about fantasy football, but I didn't teach him everything I know. So every once in a while, I need to just remind him. But and listen, Matt Ramirez, the best co-owner I could ask for in Dynasty. We have our owners meetings every now. We touch base on the state of the team, and we're feeling very good about it. Listen, I'll be honest. Coming into the draft and everything, I was not a big Cam Scatterboo guy, but Matt wanted Cam Scatterboo, so we went and got Cam Scatterboo. It's working out great. Matt, he's only positive things about Matt.
No, what a great call. Can we talk about your dynasty draft? Because if Mike didn't have all these picks, I think you had the best draft outside of Mike with all the picks. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
your dynasty draft was phenomenal.
Yeah, I'm really happy with how we went from having no running back to having a decent amount of running backs.
The Judkins fall,
The Judkins
like
fall.
it pained me. Like, and I guess you and Matt were just ready to pull the trigger on that. It was like not even a question, was it?
I mean, at that point in the second round, yeah. I mean, obviously, I had like 2 picks before that where I did not pick him, but he's. We were big on Ibuka. We knew we wanted Ibuka. Ibuka was pretty much pencil written in ink for like a month and a half before the draft started. But it is fun. I think if our draft happens 2 weeks earlier, we don't get Junkins where we got him.
Right.
If it happens probably 2 weeks later, we probably don't get Junkins where we got him. It was just a weird period where our draft was scheduled and no one had really any idea if he would even sign his contract or if he was gonna be going to jail. So good
that
time.
or like even going back to college, we're like, is he gonna go? What's he gonna do? And and then I talked to Big Talk saying like, I'll take him at 9.
Yeah.
And then I take Caleb Johnson. Who is just
how's that going?
Oh man, it hurts. It really hurts. Thought about like sending a first and him to you guys for Judkins, and I was like, no, I had to live with this. This was my decision.
It's a reminder.
Love it. And then Carlos just, Mike was in shambles, just absolute shambles. On Sunday, I spoke to him for a little bit. I said, "You gotta be happy about the Vidal," and he was like, "It's the hot hand approach there." He's like, "I can see Haskins getting carries next week." He's like, "Don't get too excited." But I think Fergie's tight end 1, if I'm not mistaken. Yes.
Yep.
So that's nice.
Yeah. -2 from the kicker doesn't help. That's a little deflating.
How about 2 fumbles lost and a pick?
Well, that might not even be Cam Ward's worst game this year. So I can't even. I don't. You can't. Don't. I don't. Go to waivers. Who's available? I will find someone I'd start before I start Cam Ward.
Tua.
There we go.
Yeah.
Spencer Rattler. Geno Smith. One ankle JJ McCarthy.
Yeah.
Dylan Gabriel.
Yeah. Oh, look, dude, he did drop him. He's on waivers now. Mike made the decision. He made the executive decision.
He dropped the worst starting quarterback in the league.
Oh boy, that's a tough beat for you, buddy. I'm sorry, but yeah, that's a good way to end it. Let's jump over to the waiver wire. All right, here we are. There were 10 total claims. Leading us was Cade Otton. Eat your vegetables. Just 14 by himself, Mikey.
Yeah. The Buka injury, might be back, should be back, but still will be his first game back from injury. Baker's on fire. He's gonna have to throw to somebody. Tight end just tight end the way that it is. You're gonna wanna be probably stringing that, and I think Otton's gonna be good at least for the next couple weeks.
That Taysom Hill scored didn't he score? He scored a rushing touchdown.
Yeah, he ran it.
Yeah, it's tough. And yeah, I like Cade Otton. I like him a lot. 3 total bids here, and we're going to see a lot of this on these because a lot of us are out of fab, and we're just putting $0 down, hoping to get lucky. But shout out to Tony on getting Josh Downs. He's having a good year thus far. And then, like you said, with the receiver depth.
Terrible way to spell down, so we can't recommend.
Absolutely. I guess Sterling Shepard got the boot. We're going with Cameron Johnson.
Okay.
For the champ.
Yeah, I'm sure it's worth a shot. I'm not.
Youth versus age.
It's gonna be muddled. Someone has to catch the ball, though. I personally would not be looking at Cam Johnson, but I get it.
Yeah.
I get it.
He also picked up Kayshon Boutte, which has had a couple good games this year, no doubt.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the offense has definitely been taking advantage of the bad defenses they've been playing so far this year. I think they're gonna. be I think it's gonna be Diggs one week. I think it's gonna be Booty one the next week.
Maybe Hunter Henry.
Hunter Henry one, exactly. I don't think we'll be very consistent, but especially with buys coming up, I mean, he's definitely going to be someone you can throw in and play.
I love it. And then you pick up the Miami Dolphins defense. Who do they got this week? Cleveland. That's a slam dunk.
Yeah. I mean, Oakland, you did your job last week. I tip my hat to you. Now get out of here.
I'm 17 for you. Yeah. I picked up the Seattle Seahawks.
And you know why I got the Raiders defense? Because I didn't spend all of my fab. So I'm not going to name names, but someone earlier this year said, "Oh, these people who don't spend their fab," basically saying it's better to foolishly spend your fab than to not spend your fab instead of meticulously, Now
I want you to know I defended you during that little tangent. I did defend you. I said, look, it's also a power play because what if you need to pick up a quarterback and it's week 14
the year I
you're
won
playing
the title, it's because someone needed a quarterback, and I put them for a quarterback. I think it might have been Dave.
I think it was, and that's just strategy.
Or you can spend it all on Carson Steele. Some different strategies for different stuff.
Mike did go with Aaron Rodgers, it looks like. We'll see who we started this week, but I added Aaron Rodgers. Moody got picked up by Matt. Love it. I think he changed the team name back to Still Moody, which is just chef's kiss. Panthers D for Xavier, and then Chris Boswell, the kicker, $0. Love it.
Yeah, my one piece of advice for Matt. I know you're listening. Get a couple more kickers. You need a couple more kickers. You really want to build that depth up. I just one or two more, and I think you'll be right where you need to be.
Oh, I love it. Okay, let's get out of here and lose some money and talk about the Parlay Minute. All right, we're here for the Parlay Minute. Ryan, it's been okay this year for me. I'm not like I'm still positive on the money so far. I posted some winners. I don't know if you've seen, like 10 to win 60, 10 to win 50. Like, because unlike some people, which can we talk about Mike reaching out to Mikey, talking about his gambling habits? He was asking, he was like, what's your you don't ask him, that's like asking a woman how much she weighs. What's your win-loss differential and how much money you've made gambling? Come on, that's not good. You can't ask that.
Short-term memory, we don't look at the We're on to next week. We're game planning, figuring it out.
We're on to Cincinnati. You know what I mean? You just got to take that Belichick approach and just keep it moving. Here we are. I'm going to, I like to feature these Thursday night games because it's the night before. And how about, speaking of Cincinnati, I think they're in Cincinnati. I'm going to take the Pittsburgh Steelers to beat them straight up. This parlay is $10 to win 57. I think there's a 30% boost on the FanDuel if you're there. I get that option. But I like this one. Have you done these either or TDs this year? It's a lot of fun. You get two guys and score, one or the other. I'm gonna go T. Higgins, RTK Metcalf, anytime touchdown. I'm really big on. You guys have been touching on it. A shootout. We're hoping that it's big. I see there's a lot of conversation about this game. Flacco most passing yards. Over that means between him and Aaron, most passing yards, and then over 225 yards total. And then I got DK Metcalf with 50 yards receiving. What's your thoughts on this?
Yeah, Cincinnati's defense is terrible. The Steelers should be able to pull this game out. So I like the money line. Higgins or Metcalf anytime. I don't like the Higgins part of it. I just. Okay. I mean, I know they look better with Flacco.
Should we maybe flex that for Chase?
I really like Jalen Warren to get a touchdown. I think Rodgers really likes him. I think he's been focusing in on him. And he's not on top of being a running game threat. He's a passing game threat. I think Warren's going to have a big game Thursday night.
Okay.
I like the Flacco call because I think the Steelers are going to get up early, so then they're going to lean more into the run game, and which will result in obviously the Bengals having to throw to catch up. So I like that, and I don't know what Rodgers' passing high for the year is, but it's probably not that high. So
no, it's like
I like that, and
19.
I mean, say what you want about Rodgers, but he will get the ball to DK Metcalf. Metcalf went off last week, and I mean, they just don't really have anyone else to throw to. It's either Metcalf or one of their 4 tight ends, and I mean, they just have no other receivers on that team.
Totally fair. Totally fair. Calvin Austin is not a fantasy option.
Yeah, I think Roman Wilson might be leaving my dynasty sooner than later.
I love it. Okay, well that was the Parlay Minute. Let's try your luck at who he played for. All right, little who he play for. And remember, these guys all scored a touchdown last week.
I kid you not. I was watching Red Zone this Sunday.
You saw the point.
The Panthers and Cowboys were playing in the red zone. This man caught his pass, and in the back of my mind, I thought he's going to be on who he played for this week.
Oh, I love it. I love it. He was. Hunter did make it. So yes. You do know who this is.
Yes, that is the Dallas Cowboys.
Congratulations. How about our guy Tim Patrick? 9-year vet. This one's so hard. I'm not even messing around.
Jacksonville.
Wow! Nobody, you did not know that watching. I guarantee it.
They traded for him this offseason.
They sure did.
For him.
They sure did. How about Connor Hayward?
Ooh.
Tight end. The brother of Cameron Hayward.
Connor Hayward.
AFC.
My first thought is Steelers?
You are correct. He does play with his brother.
Okay, that's what my hesitance was. I was just like, am I just thinking of his brother? Is that why I'm thinking Steelers? But yeah.
Aaron was able to link up with him.
Like I
Pretty
said,
incredible.
the Steelers love throwing a they got Jonnu Smith, they got Freiermuth, Hayward. I think they have
There's probably a 4th tight end. I'm sure there is.
They do, and it's a recognizable name, I'm pretty sure, but I'm blanking on it.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, that'll wrap up who we play for. We never doubted you for a second. I think you're all-time undefeated. I don't think you've missed.
I guarantee you I take who he play for more serious than anyone in this league. And that's not a compliment to me. It's a problem, but it is what it is.
I love it. Well, let's jump over and look at next week and predict the future. We're here for week 7. We can start with my matchup. When I said we are looking ahead, we are looking ahead, Ryan. I'm already looking at week 8. This is a layup, which is terrible. I shouldn't say that. I'm going to roll with Danny Dimes, I think, against the Los Angeles Chargers on the road. My guy Bo Nix is playing that fearsome New York Giants, who once again has eliminated me from the Survivor. I keep losing to New York. I'm going to stop going against them. I have one revival. Yeah, I am the guy with the revival. Me and 2 other people have a revival. But you know what I say to that? If the other person who wins it never gets to use that revival, they will beat me. So I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna play it out, but I feel like I already lost. That's how I feel.
Go with you, but I would. It sounds like this might be a trap game. It sounds like you're overlooking Danny.
Man, once Stafford's not been that bad, but once Lamar gets back, Danny's team's gonna look a lot different. So if he can fire off some wins,
it sounds like you're talking how the Philadelphia Eagles were talking last week. They're like, we'll just.
That's what it was.
You're starting 2 white boys. Okay, we're gonna look on to next week. And I'll go with you.
All right. This matchup right here, I would call this game of the week, but, with the recent injuries to Tony's team, we're still rolling Jordan Love here for Piani. It's not looking that great. I think Johnston will come back. Oh, they got Puka, but I don't think Puka's going to be able to make this Sunday morning. Will not practice Wednesday. I'm going to say no. They have a bye, so why rush them?
Plus, it's the London game, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it. Yeah, I mean, Kittle coming back will be huge for Piani. Pickens has been unbelievable since Lamb's gone down.
Oh, it's nuts. Look at this stuff.
How much money has he made in the last 3 weeks? I mean, I think
you're content with 17 out of him. If he was just hitting 17 a week, you're screaming
Yeah, I wonder if Dallas franchises him or if he's going to get a long-term deal. But either way, he's getting paid this offseason.
Oh, they'll probably, Jerry, he'll probably hold that all the way till week 1 or something next year before they pay him.
Or he'll overpay him, just out of spite, being like, see, I pay people when they earn it.
Oh.
And then, I don't know, then George Pickens will go on to be a head case. Yeah, I mean, Piani's going to crush him. Piani's going to win by
and then,
40.
Cook on a bye. Who's he starting if, Puka can't go? This is unfortunate for Tony. This would have been a good spot for him. He'd have a shot here. Can we give some shout out to Patty Mahomes, who's quarterback 1? Did you expect this? I did not expect this. I took him last year, and that was stupid.
Yeah, I think. I mean, it's fun to hate the Chiefs. Everyone hates the Chiefs. I get it. I think there was some ridiculous Mahomes takes I was hearing on podcasts and stuff this offseason, basically being like, "Are we sure Mahomes is the best? Is still in the elite tier of quarterback?" And it's just like, what are you people like? The dude doesn't. He goes to the AFC title game every year. If you want to hate on him, want to lose, I get it. It's fun. I do it too. I don't want Travis Kelce to succeed. I just had to listen to 12 songs about how good he does in the bedroom. I don't want that man to succeed. Yeah, but I mean, he's still really good. He gets Rice back this week. He has it as his best receiver.
Yeah, so it's going to get even better. Well, this is a bad week for Tony. Tony, though, 4-2. You can afford this L. Hopefully better next week. This is game of the week. It's El Clasico. This is awesome. A big trade. When do you make a trade against your same player you're playing that week too? This is amazing what we're seeing here. I had no idea they were playing each other.
That's crazy.
Baker's getting in there. No JF1. That's probably smart for the best. I think Michael Mayer is going to be going again. I don't know if I saw these cryptic messages. I think Pete Carroll said we're looking at a long haul for Bowers. So maybe he's not coming back this week. And if that's the case, yes, absolutely fire up Michael Mayer. But
yeah, I think Bowers is going to be. I think Bryce coming back is going to. Worthy. He's going to be very consistent.
Sure.
He's going to be basically, I think, what he was last year, where if he hits the big play, like a 30-yard touchdown and stuff like that, you'll be happy you started him. But otherwise, I just don't think the targets are going to be there. On the other side, is McLaurin definitely going to be back? Would be my question.
God, they need it. Limit it in return.
Yeah, I mean, they had no receivers.
Noah Brown's out too.
So, I'll say if McLaurin plays, I'll go with Joe. If McLaurin doesn't play, I'll go with
Nate. Yeah, I agree with that. I like Nate's spot here too. Yeah. It just depends. Javonte Williams and JSN, are they enough to propel him over the top? Because I just don't know if Taylor's does enough to hold off.
Yeah,
it's tough. This is a good one though.
Yeah, and I think, Nate's running backs now, he's really solidified that with the Taylor trade. I think Nate's done a good job of really setting himself up to make the playoffs. Nice
little double dip here with May and Hunter too. I like that. All right, Dave, this is a tough one. This is a marquee matchup here. Dave is playing Mikey, Party Boy Swag.
Yeah, I mean, obviously.
And he's back.
Yeah, he's supposed to be back. Mac Jones did a solid job filling in.
Who? No, obviously. Yeah. No, absolutely.
But probably you're not going to see a better tight end matchup than in this matchup right here.
No, I'm this isn't even that big of a. This is pretty close here.
Yeah.
Between Warren, and McBride. McBride's had a good year as well.
Does he have someone on buys to why Myers is starting? Because Myers has been bad this year. And
yeah, I heard he's on a trade piece.
Especially
he lost Ibuka.
There we go. That checks out. I was like, there's no way he's been starting Myers this whole time. So yeah, the Ibuka injury sucks. But especially with Bowers being off, I just would have thought Myers would be at least racking up receptions, even if he wasn't doing anything with them. Dowdle, I think Chuba's gonna be back, so that's gonna.
There's no way we see this again.
No, I think Rico definitely played his way into I think it will be closer to a 50-50 split than what it was,
Right.
2-3 weeks ago. But yeah, I mean, obviously you can't put up 34 points unless you're getting 90% of the work, and that's just not going to be the case. Chuba's going to be back. I think Uncle Dave's going to retain the number 1 spot.
Yep, I think you're right. Maybe if Ibuka was here, this would look a little different. Yeah, we're leaning Dave there. Your matchup. Oh, this is also a rivalry. Officially, the Ryan Bowl.
Ryan Bowl, baby.
Wow. Wow. Look at this. How has it been with your running back situation with the Charbonnet Walker? Has it been frustrating for you?
I think I knew what I was doing with Ken Walker. There's going to be weeks where he does nothing, and then there's going to be weeks where he puts up 20 points. I think if Walker went down and Charbonnet was getting all the work, I think he would be more consistent. I think he wouldn't have as many down weeks as Walker, but I don't think he'd have the explosive week. Mason's been awesome. I've been really happy with what I've gotten from him. I'm happy with my running back for the most part. I obviously I would love to upgrade, but I think Ken Walker, he had the down week last week. I think he's gonna bounce back this week and really help me.
The wrong touchdown was stolen from you last week, and I just want to apologize to you because you didn't deserve that.
Yes, I didn't. Those refs were terrible.
Oh my
I'm
God.
sure we'll get to that later.
Yes.
I'm sure. But,
yes, we will.
But God, those refs were bad. But yeah, Caleb's been awesome for me. Rome's been awesome for me. Obviously, losing Garrett hurts, but we have depth. Javonte, next man up. He showed some life last week, so hopefully carries that into this week. And I'm projected to lose by 20, but I don't respect the people who make these point system. I'm probably gonna win by 40.
I love it. Well, it wouldn't be second take if I didn't go against you. Yeah. And I am gonna take Primo to move to.
Yeah, and we're just gonna. Yep, Mike picked against me too. He's not even on.
Yes, he's not even here, but he definitely said, "I'm just such a big fan. I love Fannin, man. I love the tape. I loved what I saw. Happy to get him in the 3rd round of the Dynasty.
Yep.
Guy's a superstar. And then Pinheiro has just been on fire. So,
but yeah, shame that all those guys are gonna lose this week.
Yeah, shame they're not gonna do what they need to do.
Yeah.
Big Mike is favored to beat Xavier. He needs this victory. I would argue that if Big Mike loses this game, his season is over.
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers
analysis for you.
Yeah, he's like, that checks out. That math checks out. Yeah. But he's got some guys going on Thursday night here. I think we'll kind of, you never know, right? You never know. But we'll get a good sense of how this is going to go for Mike after Thursday night.
Dak's been awesome, so obviously Mike facing Dak, probably not what he wants. Rice, he's getting Rice week 1. I think they'll probably be peppering him in. I'm interested to see if Fidel does it again. I'm not a big AJ Brown guy in terms of fantasy. I just think there's just weeks where the Eagles decide they're just throwing it 8 times and there's nothing. And I think Minnesota's the architect of a team that they might be doing that again. I'm going Xavier.
Yeah. I'm with you on that, but how do you have Mike, how can you go back and start Cam Little again after the -2 performance? Sunday morning game, maybe there will be a lot of field goals. They like to kick out there. Mike's season's on the line here. I'm going to ride with him. Season's on the line.
What's the Euro exchange rate on kicker points for the London?
Yeah, it's a little bit more. You get a little bit more for it. I don't know. And then last but not least here, Carlos is taking on Danger. New guy Carlos, 3-3. I believe he started off 2-0, lost 3 straight, got a victory, shot him out. Got some Qs over here. Jacobs is gonna play.
Yeah.
Limited. Yeah. This is just wear and tear, right? Maintenance schedule. Yeah.
Yeah, just some old vets.
Some old vets out here. Yeah. We gotta say Carlos' team is old, no doubt.
Yeah.
But can Matt string it together here with another Cam Scatterboo performance?
Yeah, I mean, if I know you're looking at Jacobs, you're looking on Carlos's team, but when I look at Matt's running back, I feel they're just a little more scrappier. I feel maybe a higher football IQ, just real locker room leaders.
Oh my God!
On Matt's team here, and if you go to the bench, I think you'll see the key to Matt's victory. We got Matt, we got Prater. We got a lot of tight ends. No Josh Allen, no problem. That's what Matt's been saying all week.
Matt benched Josh Allen 1 week, which blew my mind. Yeah, he feels confident. And then this isn't a dome for Goff, so.
Yeah, Matt Ramirez knows where all my skeletons are. I'm picking Matt Ramirez.
I'll roll with you, too. Carlos, sorry. You got to take the L this week. Moody's only getting 0. That's incorrect. I believe he's going to be the kicker. Oh, back to practice squad.
But that's why.
Well, Matt, you got to get back out there.
And, and he has the Colts kicker on IR. That's why Matt built the depth. He's ready to stay in this.
We got to let Carlos. So when you play Matt, you're supposed to not start a kicker. You're not supposed to start a kicker. He's not going to start a kicker, and that's the rules. I don't know if did anybody tell him. I don't think we told him.
Yeah, be the change you want to see.
Okay. Well, let's bounce out of here and go to the outro. All right, back to full screen. As you alluded to it, huge Bears fans here. We could talk about that game, that Monday night electric game. Yes, I have a lot of Washington fans in my life, Ryan. I just want to say that. I do. Jesse Dowd moved out east. All of them are Washington fans. They're called the DeMaio brothers, and they're pretty ruthless. They're a ruthless set. Essentially, duos me, FaceTimes me, and I had all my Bears gear, and I was so fired up from that game. I was screaming into the phone, "Ball don't lie." What the and then they saw me. And one of them was like, "Get that out of my face. Don't show me that right now." And the guy was like, "I'm fucking leaving." He's like, "You're not hanging out?" And then he just walked out, got some screaming. Like I just ruined their night, just seeing me. And then I had another guy arguing with me, good friend of mine. His name is John as well. And he tried I think he said I was whining about the refs. If the weather was better, maybe that Bill fumble doesn't happen. All this to say, the next morning he texted me apologizing. He said he was very emotional over the game, and I said I understand completely, but a ball doesn't lie. You know what I mean? Like at all.
On third down, where they would have had a punt and then they score a touchdown on that drive. I'm blanking on. I know for Fox it's Mike Pereira. I forget who ESPN brings in to be there.
Yeah, he was. Oh my God, he was like, "This is not a foul."
Well, and those guys will always defend the refs. So the fact, like on the Rome touchdown, he's going like, "I don't know what they were seeing." Like that just tells you how egregious it was. There was and like there's all these terrible like the first half they're calling those phantom penalties on the Bears. And there's not a single penalty on Washington, and it's just like
I know.
Like
Mike was like because it was like a group text, and he was saying like, I think he looked at it was like 5 for 54 in penalties, and he was like, most of the ones on the Commanders were like on the special teams wise, like it was like kickoffs, and he was like they weren't making any calls in favor for, and I was like, man, you know what? Like that's the worst thing about sports is when officiating gets in the way, right? It's just, but the better team won. In my opinion, 4 turnovers? Like, come on, man. Like you don't deserve to win a game if you turn the ball over that much.
Troy Aikman didn't understand why Caleb didn't just hand the ball off to Emmitt Smith to carry you to a few Super Bowls, but
where does this guy get off, man? I don't know. The stuff he was saying, it was horrible, and then like Caleb always gets a bad rep, man. Like he had a decent rookie year.
Yeah,
it was a really good rookie year.
He was fine. Honestly, I just feel it's these old men who watch Caleb and be like, "Oh, he paints his nails. What's? Yeah. He's not a football player." And it's just like, okay, whatever, dude. He's been awesome. He's improved. I mean, I'd say this week was a little bit down, but I'd say before this game, every performance was probably better than the last. And the more time he gets with Ben Johnson, the more time he has in the system, he's gonna improve. You see the flashes. He has awesome, but all the errors that he has, I think, are completely fixable, and I'm not worried.
Like, could you imagine him 5 years in this offense? Oh my God! Like, it's gonna be. Oh my God! Do you ever? I don't know if anybody in the league does this, but do you guys ever venture into the comments in Sleeper?
God, no.
I was like, yeah, man. I thought DJ Moore played his heart out in that game. I was very impressed by him. He did not come through on my parlay, of course. I think that groin injury he got and the back injury, really, he was a decoy out there. But
yeah,
it's just amazing how, like, prolific that offense. It's night and day, man. But, like, some of these plays and the directions and, like,
yeah,
just like he had I think it was a center, Dahlman pull on a pass play. It was incredible. Like, he pulled and then came back and blocked, and I was like, what? Like, that's a thing you can do. I was just blown away by some of these. Like, I wish I don't have like NFL Plus, whatever. You can go back and you can go on like YouTube and watch the highlights of the game, but I can't, like, I'm not sitting there with like a clicker and rewinding, watching plays. But God, man, some of these things, you see it clicks right on the screen when you're watching. It's awesome.
Yeah, and everyone's doing a bunch of good look. Like on the Swift touchdown, the DJ Moore blocking the defender into another defender, which freed up Swift. So that at that point, Swift just had to make one guy miss, and he did. And it's nice. It's nice to be like we have a head coach. He knows what he's doing. Like, you see the game planning. You see Burden getting more involved. You see Loveland getting more involved. And we've scored over 20 points every week. And the exciting thing is they've done this with things going against them in areas where they can improve on. So, like, you have the Rome touchdown call back, which I don't think should have been. You have that terrible Zacharias drop.
Yeah.
So there's still, like, it just gets you thinking, like, oh man, can you imagine if they got that Rome touchdown, if they got that Zacharias, like,
now the game's close.
Yeah, now you're talking 30, 40 points being scored. You're talking over 300 yards. Like, if Zacharias catches that pass, like, Caleb's over 300 probably for the game.
It's incredible.
I'm so pumped. And we got New Orleans this week, so I think the vibes are gonna keep coming.
Dude, the vibes are gonna be amazing. One thing I was texting about this. I'm a little concerned. I know that Montez Sweat is getting double teamed. I understand it, maybe triple teamed sometimes, but, like, my God, he does not look the same. And I keep coming back to this, and I gotta lay off a little bit because some of these players are really good that Poles drafted and traded for, but, like, some of this stuff, and I get it, like, as a GM, you're never going to be 100%. You're going to miss. But, like, God, I'm just like, and who they got from Indianapolis, I can't pronounce his name, starts with an O, like,
yeah,
I know, I forget the rookie he drafted. He's a beast. He's a fearless, looks tremendous.
Dexter?
He's coming back, too.
Or John Kidd.
Who? I know the D end. I know Dexter. There's Booker, yeah. I think Booker's going to be legit. I really do. I watched him live in a training camp one year, and I was like, this guy already has the size.
Preseason Booker's a Hall of Famer.
That's what I'm saying, man. Like, he's so
Booker's
close. I'm like, dude, once he, like, gets it, you know what I mean? Like, he gets the hand technique and all this stuff down, because he has the size. I'm like, oh, I'm excited for him.
Yeah.
I would go as far as get the jersey and ruin his career. That's what I would do.
Yeah, my concern with the defense is, like, I've felt like 2 straight games, and obviously they eventually forced a punt late in the fourth, but these entire games, they're just not forcing punts, and, like, it's great getting turnovers, but it seems like either if they don't get an interception or a fumble, like, the other team's scoring, which is not good. And, like,
you want the bend not break mentality, right? And,
exactly.
And you're right, they're breaking and getting bailed out. That's a great point. That is absolutely, you see that live when watching the games.
I mean,
yeah, but the schedule looks
back, Gordon's back. Yeah, I think that will help.
We're missing Johnson, no doubt. Missing Jalen, missing him hard. Like, that play to Luke where he was wide open as a right, I believe, like the 3rd or 4th string cornerback. But he came up with he came up and made up for his mistake. But it was just like, I think if Johnson's there, I think we'd feel a little bit better. But I don't know. The Commanders would say if we had a better receivers out here, we'd look better too.
if we didn't have to have Luke McCaffrey and Chris Moore. I thought Chris Moore might be on.
Chris Moore was. I looked at him. It was definitely an option. I was like, let me go a little harder with Tim Patrick here.
Yeah.
No, I love it, man. I'm excited for the season. I actually have Bears tickets. I'm going in November. I can't wait for the weather. I hope it's at least 50. November 9th, I'm going to the Giants game.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, my uncle knows season ticket holder. His name's Rich. Awesome dude. Got the tickets for $150 a head.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty incredible.
Good deal.
Yeah, I already bought the parking. Pretty excited. So I want to tailgate, but I'm like, man, it's gonna be cold as shit. It's like maybe we just go like get lunch somewhere, or breakfast, you know what I mean, somewhere, and then come back and then go in, and I don't know. But I'm super excited for that. And the Giants, I'm like, that should be a fun game. Period. The way Dart and Scadaboo look and Wandell, it should be electric.
Yeah, a tough D line, but they should be able to take advantage of that secondary.
Yeah, our O line's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of awesome.
Theo was great, I thought.
I know.
At left tackle. Wright looked really good his first game. And he missed the one game for injury, but he looked really
he had
good.
on the elbow.
Yeah, I want to see a little more from Dahlman. I want to see a little more
Jackson
from
too.
Jackson.
Yeah, I do too.
But I think overall, I mean, it's miles from what it was last year,
or even the year before that. Like, it's been a long time since you've seen.
And the run game finally got going. This was probably the best running game the Bears have had in, I don't know, 2-3 years. So
agreed. Monangai looks good. Hey, do you know what's up with Roshan? Is he just hurt?
No, he played. He got a couple carries last year, or on Monday.
Last night, or the other night, he did, huh? I must have.
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you. I was in and out. You know.
Yeah. No, he got a couple carries. I mean, obviously he's not involved. I think Monangai's just asked him on the depth chart, and so between Swift and Monangai getting the carries, and then they're really working DJ into a lot of plays where he's in at RB, and so I think between just those three guys getting the touches, there's just nothing for Roshan.
Nothing there for him. Yeah, a little Debo-esque. I like it. You know what? I will say this. I don't think I've seen a Bears player after the catch, a receiver, excuse me. Matt Forte was pretty good after the catch. A receiver after the catch as good as DJ Moore. It's pretty impressive what he can do when he gets the ball in his hands and starts moving. He flashed when we got him from the Panthers that first year. I was blown away. Love that guy.
Yeah, and I know he isn't putting up the stats that he has in the past, but it's because Rome's been a beast. You know, Rome's kind of sucking all the air in the room. There's nothing left for DJ.
Yeah.
And then
Caleb loved Rome.
Yeah, exactly. And then, but with DJ Moore's on the field, defenses have to pay attention to him. No matter what his stats have been this season, defenses still have to follow him. He's still and if they start easing up on him, that's when he's going to take advantage. You could tell there was an effort to start the game to get DJ the ball, just to kind of be like, you know, we see you, we know you're still important. You know, it's kind of like the Bulls always did, like the pity possession to Ben Wallace. It's just like, here's the ball, man. You know, like, you're important. We appreciate you. Here's the ball. They were kind of doing that to DJ to start the game. So yeah, I'm not. I know with Burden getting more involved, I just think there's just gonna be weeks where some dudes disappear.
Yeah, some people don't eat. I think that's a good problem to have. It sucks for fantasy, but it's a good problem to have offensively.
Absolutely.
You want that. You want playmakers. Yeah, I'm stoked, man. It's the brightest I think it's looked in a long time. Obviously 3-0. I think they're gonna be 4-0. And 1-0 out of a bye for him, so that's pretty good if he can keep that going. I love that like Andy Reid thing where it's like, I think Andy Reid's like 40-6 or something, like 40-3 after a bye. I'm like, I would love to see that for my head coach. That just feels so good going into a bye.
I'm sure.
Man,
did you see the stat? Like he already has as many Sunday noon wins as Eberflus did.
Yeah. Are he, dude? Even like I think after like week 2,
he won week 2, and then he won.
Yeah. This whole tenure, dude, it's so bad. The Flus era, dude. You know what they're doing? People on the internet are like showing Flus's post-game speeches, and they're showing Ben Johnson's.
That's mean. That's mean,
dude. It's bogus. It's so bogus, but it's kind of true. It's just you got to win your locker room. You know, you got to keep it. I think that just real quick on a tangent. I think the saddest coach in the league is McDaniels over there in Miami. It is so sad. watching him. I like look for his press conferences. It's pretty bad. I don't know why. I like this thing. I want to see like failure. I like watching it. I don't know why it's sick, but I like. It's so sad.
Well,
Yeah.
I do think Calvin deserved to be fired.
Oh yeah. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and I will say, I think the Dolphins have been playing solid the last couple weeks.
Oh, they play for him. I don't think he's lost the locker room. People are saying he lost the locker room. I was like, no. I think they like him. He's a player's coach.
He should get to play out the year. I mean, they should have won last week. I mean,
Easily.
The Chargers pulled it out. I think I'd say the coach I'd probably be most worried about is Glenn with the Jets.
No.
I think it's been so bad it might be. I know most times you like to give a dude more than 1 year, but it might be time to just cut bait after 1 year.
I kind of felt that way when they signed him. I was like, I don't know.
Well, it was a weird move just because it felt more of the same, like.
Right.
I mean, Saleh was the same thing, like stud defensive coordinator for a perennial championship contender.
Yeah.
And, so to replace Saleh just kind of with more of the same. Obviously, it's a different defensive scheme. It's a, different set. But it just kind of felt more of the same where, I feel teams usually overcorrect the other way. If you went with a young stud last time, maybe you're going with a retread, like coach on his second job. Or if you went offense last time, maybe you're going defense this time and things like that. So just to kind of just do more of the same. I mean,
hard to be a Jets fan. That's tough. It's almost like Cleveland. Cleveland's pretty bad too. There's some sorry fan bases. I'm fortunate to be a Bears fan compared to some other places. But man, it's been awesome so far through weeks. I really enjoyed the football season. It's been a blast. You get those cryptic thoughts where you're like, there's a finite number of these seasons left in my life. You know what I mean? Not to sound morbid, but it's like this art. Maybe the game changes. You never know. 20 years from now, it's flag football or something. There's only so many of these, and it's like I don't take them for granted. And that's why I gamble, right? And that's why as good as your last bet.
Yeah, they're adding commercials to Red Zone. The game's changing. We gotta enjoy it while we have it.
Well, another wonderful episode. This has been ecstatic. Definitely killed it. Any last words here? Anything you want to send off? Piani had a beautiful send off last week. I thought it was hilarious. You don't need to go that far, but
no, I couldn't do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say I'm winning the second most prestigious title in the league this week. The Ryan Bowl is coming home where it belongs.
Yeah.
And I'm making the playoffs. My team's great. Maybe someone can challenge me in the playoffs. I look forward to that, but I'm probably winning the title, which is nice. It's been a couple years since I've had it, and so I'll be here week 1 next year. We'll knock it out a little earlier, but I look forward to it.
Yeah, get you. We gotta get the champ featured week 1. We didn't happen this year, unfortunately. Joe had some stuff come up, but we got him in there. I love it, man. I love it. I love the confidence. I hope to see it. It just wouldn't be right without you there in the playoffs. I completely agree with you. Well, that's another episode. Another week down. We're on to Danny Arconi for me. So.
Bear down, baby.
Bear down, baby. Love it.